Hello everybody out there, and welcome to another episode of the Talk That Talk Show with me, Barry Holmes. We are here for our 63rd installment of the Talk That Talk Show, and what a great day to be alive, man. I'm just really happy to be here. We've been popping off with a lot of the shirts. I've been able to get a full restock of shirts. So, if you didn't get a chance to get one of the OG 1, 2, or 3s, we're going to have a full restock in there next week. So definitely reach out to me, see how you can get yourself a shirt. I'm really excited also. We were able to get the prototype first Talk That Talk Show fitted cap. We'll show up for everybody on Instagram and Facebook. I'm just really excited. If you saw the episode last time with Theo, you know how much hats mean to me. So to have my own Talk That Talk Show hat, it means the world, man. So I'm just really pumped about that. I got the mask on again today because we're going to bring you guys a great episode. I got one of my really good friends who's going to come here on the show and tell us a little bit about himself. But like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my sponsors. Shout out to VW Liquors located in Wick Plaza, Edison, New Jersey. Shout out to 91s.com. They got the best acid wash apparel in the game. I just sent my 2 shirts, my OG1 and OG2, out to Cody to get them collabed on. So, we're going to have some shirts to come from him. Then also want to give a shout out to my boy Prashant over at Executive Bar and Restaurant located in Carteret, New Jersey. And then also our new sponsor again, Parlor, by my boy Tim Hugel. Love that dude. He's got these fresh shirts out here. He's been hooking me up so that, we can bring it out to you guys on the street. So, thank you all for supporting. Shout out to Tyree, Carl, my boy Jay on the Facebook stream. Shout out to Al. He just actually put in a pre-order for his hat. We got Jeff, Twan, Tay, Shantae, Liz, my boy Sayer on the Instagram live stream. We got everybody here tuned in. But, before I get into the show, I definitely want to talk about today being the opening, well, yesterday was the opening day for baseball, but, the real opening day was today with the Mets. And the Mets wound up picking up a 1-0 win over the Atlanta Braves. Let's go, Mets! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! If you are a Mets fan, you gotta be happy about what we saw today. I mean, we waited how many years? 2-3 years to see a healthy Yoenis Cespedes. And to see him crush that ball over the wall, and not just a home run, right? He clobbered that ball. And it was after he was already 0 for 2 in the game. So it's like, here you have him where he was struggling a little bit, first time back, and he just puts it over the wall, man. And especially in a 1-0 game like that where you had Jacob deGrom, who was absolutely pitching out of his mind. It was just, it was one of those things where I was just really happy to see it. How could I say also, it's just, when you have the relief pitching also where, had Seth Lugo who was doing his thing and really, really pitching a great game. And then also you had Edwin Diaz who was able to save that game for us, These are the things that are really going to push us forward and to give us those wins that we're going to need as a Mets team. I mean, you only got 60 games, so pretty much every game counts here in the shortened MLB season. So I really, really want to see what the Mets are going to be able to do. And can Diaz sustain that, right? We talk about the times, and, Jeffrey says this all the time about, what are you going to do continuously, right? Can you consistently get it done? And I would like to think that, from what I saw from the Mets today, I think that they have a really good chance to continue forward and get things done. I know Shantae is going to laugh because he doesn't think my Mets are going to do anything. But look, let me tell you something. If the Mets can continue to hit, you got Jeff McNeil who's hitting at a great rate. You have Yoenis Cespedes who can come back in that DH spot and do some great things. I'm really excited, man. So definitely excited to have baseball back. I love my Mets. Can't wait to see him play again soon. Hopefully, Citi Field will open up next year, whenever, so I can see some games because I'm really missing that Citi Field Shake Shack, man. But without further ado, like I said, I want to give a big shout out to my boy here. Angelo's been one of my really good friends for a long time. For a lot of the people that don't know out there, I went to high school with my boy Angelo.
No, high school.
Not high school, my fault. Not high school. We went to elementary school. But he's a guy from Edison, and he's been one of my really good friends for a long time. I'm just super excited to bring him here on the show for you all. So without further ado, if you have a drink, put your drink up, and please give a warm welcome for my boy, Angelo Crognale.
What's up?
What's going on, Angelo?
What's up, Barry?
Oh, man.
I want to say I'm proud of you, bro. Real impressed with what you're doing here.
Really?
Really are.
Oh, man.
You're awesome, bro. More power to you.
I thank you, man, for that. I mean, it's been a long time coming, Angelo, to where, I didn't really think that I would have a podcast or that I would be able to take it to the places that we've been able to do. But, I'm here, man, and to be able to have you on the show, it means the world to me, man.
I'm honored.
Well, for those...
Great job. It's a great setup you got here.
Yeah.
Hustling, bro.
I'm trying to, Angelo.
Your brand, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing.
Hey, we got shirts, hats, you name it. We're going to be trying to put it out there. But, for a lot of the people that out there that don't actually know who you are, Angelo, can you tell the people out there, who is Angelo Crognale?
Well, I'm a straight, white Christian male in 2020, so that's a little scary.
Why is that scary?
No, I'm not going to start right off there. I do heating and air conditioning. I'm a regular guy from suburban America, New Jersey, middle class, the lower middle class. That's how we grew up. And, I love my family, love my friends, love my neighborhood, love my country, and love the Lord. That's who I am.
That's awesome, man. And that's very respectable, Angelo, because I feel like a lot of times, especially in the times that we're in now, you have a lot of people that aren't, they're a little bit of afraid to be themselves or to actually accept what they are.
That should never be the case, yeah.
You know?
Should never be the case. Always be yourself. If your friends don't like you for you, then you need to get new friends.
Big facts. Now, let me ask you this. Yeah, he just said he'd come up a little bit more, but, being that we're from Edison, you know what I'm saying, and we're, big time Southside guys, and I think I had Sam Joshi on there before, and he talked a little bit about, just what it meant to him to be from Edison. So I guess for you, I would like to know from you, what does it mean for you to be from Edison, and what does that mean to you?
Edison was always a big part of my life and all my friends' lives. We were always really big on repping where we were from. Mm-hmm. We were from Edison, specifically South Edison. Way different than North Edison. There's a big difference.
Yes.
So, and it's just a part of who we are. It's a part of how we grew up, our culture, how we were raised. We had a crazy life, and as adolescents, we strived to make it as crazy as possible.
Yeah. It seems like we did, man, because I feel like, me and you, we had some good times in elementary school, and, we were little troublemakers at times,
Yeah.
But, it was tough for us a little bit growing up because it kind of felt like sometimes that persona kind of went with us, right?
Exactly.
So how do you feel like that kind of went with you growing up, that persona you had?
You got to strive to be cool, and in our generation, in this generation, once you get older, you realize some of those things really ain't that cool. Mm-hmm. But you got to try your hardest to be that cool guy when you're growing up. And that's something we have to watch out for, because it's bad behavior. A lot of the things what I did makes me who I am, but I definitely do have regrets. I would have did a few things different. I would have stayed in school, maybe tried to go to college, things like that. Even though having a trade is great, I'm doing great with a trade. That's, if you're not going to college, get a trade.
Yes.
Anybody that's younger there, get a trade. I do heating and air conditioning. You're always going to need, right now, we're sweating because Barry's air conditioning is I did heating and air conditioning for 15 years, and they called PSE&G.
No, I didn't know. I was in Long Island, man. I didn't know.
Shout out to Air We Are, the best air conditioning company in central New Jersey. New Jersey, period. 732-572-8838.
There you go.
Free advertising.
I always got you, man. But I guess it's cool because you talk about, when for some of those people, I did go to college, so I might necessarily not have had a trade, but with going with what's his name, with Kodos, he's given me some opportunities at doing some work. But you kind of, I pretty much had to do anything that I could get. But you kind of had found your niche with, like you said, air conditioning and stuff.
Yeah, I got lucky. You know,
So how did you get there? Yeah.
Well, I happened to fall into it. You know, I had a family friend, you know, Jeff Galata, who took me in as a kid and taught me the trade, you know, when I was getting into trouble and everything, and helped me advance my life. You know, now I've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell into it, but I have know a lot of other young people. My little cousin Nicholas, he went to Lincoln Tech, and he's doing great now.
Okay,
You know,
shout out
working
to
for
Nick.
a company in South Florida, you know, making good money. AC's a great trade, you know, and I think trade should be more emphasized, you know, on our youth now, you know. You kind of grow up almost thinking that if you don't go to college, you're not going to make good money, and that's not the case.
Big facts.
You know, what stops you from making money is yourself. How motivated are you going to be? How much of a hard worker are you going to be? And that's another thing that's lost on the up-and-coming generations now, is that they want something for nothing. You know, you got to start somewhere. Everyone starts at the bottom of the ladder. I started at $8 an hour and worked my way up. You know, and everyone's got to start there, and you learn certain things.
Definitely.
You know, when things aren't given to you, when you have to work for things and earn things, you learn respect, and you have an appreciation for things that you wouldn't otherwise.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that, you know, one of the things that we both have shared is the fact that we have incredibly strong work ethics.
Exactly.
And even though, you know, I've been able to be let go from my job, you know, unemployed, I kind of pride myself on being the hard workest unemployed man there is here, you know.
Yeah,
you know, trying to
second.
you know, trying to build my brand, you know, constantly trying to, you know, put my resume out there.
Barry ain't slacking.
I'm not slacking. I'm not just collecting a check here, man, you know. I felt like, and then also,
take notice, America.
and I think a lot of things too that I would say too, Angelo, is the fact that, you know, you have this extra money, or the extra $600 that we've been able to get from the unemployment, and a lot of people you see have been balling and doing, you know, some different things with the money. And I really took that as an incentive to just invest in myself, man. I mean, pretty much building this entire studio, and you were impressed with it, you know?
I was definitely impressed with it, and you should invest in something, you know? I have heard that a lot, like, more millennials and stuff like that are investing now due to the pandemic, you know? That's contributed to the stock market. I'm actually in the stock market.
Okay, you're in the stock market?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing around with it, not a lot of money, you know, but I'm trying, you know, me and Matt Schaefer. So we're seeing what we can do, but you should do something with the money. You know, don't spend it on sneakers. You know, go do something.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that, you know, kind of makes us as those like journeymen, or like, you know, those trailblazers, because we're not afraid to do different things. And when I came to Andrew's party, you know, shout out to Andrew Disney, who had his birthday not too long. Shout out to you, brother. But when I came to his party, you know, you were tattooing him, man. And I was like, I never knew that you were tattooing. So, like, you know, when did you get into tattooing? And, like, how long have you been doing this for, man?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely by no means a tattooer.
Okay.
I'm not a tattoo artist, you know, by no means. I've always loved tattoos. When we were kids, like we couldn't wait to get tattoos. You know, we were actually giving ourselves Indian ink tattoos with needles and threads, you know, at 11, 12 years old, that I still, you know, have on my ankles today. But so I've always been into it. And just recently I bought a gun and started messing around, you know, in the last few months, and have been playing around with it. And Andrew let me tattoo him, you know, for practice. You know, that got to be one of my, I think that was my 7th tattoo with this gun. You know, so I'm enjoying it. It's always something that I've had a passion for, you know, and I love it.
Well, let me ask you this. You know, I don't know how many tats you actually have. How many tattoos do you have?
I want to say upwards of 30.
Wow.
I'm not exactly positive.
Wow.
I think I got like 16 between my hands and my feet.
Well, I guess with all those tats, do you still have like a favorite tattoo? Is there some that, you know, you're in the mirror and you're like, man, this shit is hot.
Nah,
you know,
it's been so long, like, I don't even notice that they're there anymore. You know, some of them, you know, like the tattoo on my back, I haven't seen that tattoo in 10 years. I can't tell you what it looked like anymore.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a favorite, I'd say it's the ones on tops of my feet. I got the crucifixion, like Jesus. It says his pain, my gain, you know, as the nails going through the tops of my feet.
Wow.
That would probably be my favorite, if I had to say.
Okay. Well, that's dope, though, man. I mean, I'm personally someone that never had a tattoo, but I've always liked tattoos on other people because it really takes a certain amount of self-love and self-respect to get something on your body that represents who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
well, it should represent who you are.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people get a lot of stupid tattoos and go, "Why did I do that?" I got a few of them too.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
is there any tattoos on your body that you're like, wow, that was so stupid?
I have the Jack Daniels logo tattooed.
So you said that was the So for everybody out there, put some of your the tattoos in there that you thought you shouldn't have got, man. But I think that one of the things that I think a lot of people should know about you, and one of the reasons why I really respect you a lot, Andrew, is not only from the fact that you're willing to sweat with me in my house, right? I mean, that's a certain level of love right there. It's hot. But, I've always respected...
with this mask on.
Hey, we're trying to keep it Corona safe, right? So I think one of the things that I've really respected you with, Angelo, is the fact that, you've been such a great friend,
Thank you.
When everything was going down with some other people, and you've always been someone that tries to sound, and you've kind of grown into this where you've thought with like a reasonable head, and you just try to be
always that way.
Yeah, and we all have growth, but you really have been someone that I can say that you can always ask for something, and you'll always be there for the people that you care about. And I really saw that when it was Andrew's birthday, and you had this whole group chat of people just trying to get everybody together to try and give him a great birthday.
Yeah,
so I think the one thing that I would like everybody else to know out there, and maybe you can give them a little bit about yourself, is just like what is it, or what does it mean to you to be a good friend, or like what is it in you that makes you say I gotta do my best for my people out there that I care about?
Oh, really, really, like if I have to say, like, where does feelings like that come from? It's with me, it's my faith. My faith dictates my beliefs and how I operate and what I see as right and wrong, and because of that, that's how I operate my life, So I believe to love one another, like I love Andrew, I don't want him to not do nothing on his birthday, and that's a simple thing, like simple thing to do for your friend. You should always be there for your friends and your family and even people you don't know.
Yeah.
I've been around Jeff for a long time, and Jeff is literally one of the most generous people on the planet.
Yes.
He's the type of person where you stop at a red light on Plainfield Ave and he's giving like an old lady $100 bill in the car next to us, which I've seen him do multiple times.
Yeah.
So
I remember him taking us all out for Chinese food at one time.
So being around that type of mentality and that generosity and seeing how he just gives with all his heart and everything, I guess you of course you pick up on that and you see the value in that. So I guess that's where it comes from. I mean, I was raised right as well, not to disrespect my family at all.
Yeah. But I think that you talk really about just those core values, right? And it's like when you share those core values with someone, it's kind of hard not to do what you can for those people and those people that mean the most to you. But I think the thing that you talked about the most, and I think is lost from people around here for sure, is the fact of being so nice, or being generous to the person next to you. And I feel like it's going to be especially harder for that now with this whole coronavirus, where we're set to distance everybody from us, So
hopefully that starts to calm down soon. I understand there's a pandemic and all that stuff, and we do have to be safe in certain ways and everything, but this most certainly cannot be allowed to be the new norm. Yeah. We are not going to distance from the ongoing future and wear masks from now on. That can't happen. Only while it's critical. Yeah. There's been plagues much worse than this, where it wiped out much more of the population and life went on. So life does go on. Yeah. Humanity prospers. Well,
and I think you talk about. I think we talked about adapting before, and I think for a lot of people it's tough for them to adapt because as good as we are with handling change, there's a lot of people out there that really can't handle change well, and we see that a lot of times with people that are struggling with the quarantining or the loss of jobs. I'm very blessed to think that I can take the negative things that have happened in my life and flip them positively and make them productive things, right? And I can definitely attribute that to my family, but also, to my faith as well too. I think that my mom's always sending me sermons to check out online and everything like that. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
So like, as much as I maybe not be in the church, it's still, faith is still somewhat my back.
You were familiar with it. You were brought up with it.
For sure. And I feel like it's that hope or that faith, or that faith that we can somewhat return, past the norm, that continues to get me to stay positive and to stay productive. So, I know that you, told me recently that you become an ordained minister and everything, which is pretty crazy, right? I don't know, I don't know if
there's not a lot of weight in that when he says it. I'm not. Again, I'm a minister about as much as I'm a tattoo artist.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just something I did to do, pretty much. That's all. I'm on like this new binge where I'm just trying to see how long I can make my resume.
Okay.
And how many, licenses and certificates I can get on there. I also applied to be a notary.
Okay. But there's no shame in that, Angelo. It's like,
it's all bettering yourself, and that's what everyone needs to focus on, is bettering yourself. Like, at one point in my life when I was younger, I was an asshole.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And most people are. That's what life is about. It's about learning and growing. Like, I was a complete asshole. I've done asinine things and done, hurtful things and said hurtful things. But you learn and you grow and you move on with life.
Mm-hmm.
And no one thing is that bad that we can't move past it. Plain and simple. Because we're all built in God's image and God forgives all.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
This is like, everybody has their own path, man, and we're not all made to walk the same path. And I think that finding those different wrongs or finding those different things that you have interest in, I think that that's what helps us to live life and to pursue the things, to live that pursuit.
Love, yeah.
Yeah, man. So like, I commend you for trying to find those things. But even though they might be, if you're trying to be a minister just so that you can marry people and get some money, that's fine.
I kind of did it for half of that. I figured maybe if there is any friends in the future, the possibility would be there, but I would never charge them.
Okay.
That's definitely not for monetary gain at all.
But that's good, though.
Something to be a part of a wedding like that would be really cool. My cousin Michelle did it for her friends. She's ordained as well.
Okay.
And it's a cool experience.
Now, I know you said that maybe don't put so much value in that or whatever, but I think we can put value in, like you said, your belief system or your faith, and you can tell that just by listening to you speak. So like, how much does your faith mean to you, or like, how important is your faith?
How much does my faith mean to me? Everything.
Yes.
Everything. Absolutely everything. Faith is everything, because like I said, me personally, that's what I base my core values and my core beliefs on. That's what I use to judge my actions throughout the world, and how I treat other people. And of course, we all make mistakes. Like, I'm not perfect. I still get angry and I still make mistakes and yell at people driving, and have road rage and all things.
We're from Jersey. That's what we do.
Like I've hung out the window of a car on the parkway doing 60 with my ass on the window part, like 6 feet out the car. It is what it is, but it means everything to me. Faith is extremely important. You gotta believe in something. If you don't believe in anything, then what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything, right?
Yeah.
That ass, man.
True that.
But that's good to know, man. And I know that you seem like from where we've come from, and just how much progress that we've made, man. I'm very proud of you too. You talk about me and saying that you're proud of me, but I'm proud of you too, man. Yeah. Just the fact that you've been able to do so many positive things. You got your own business started out in Florida, and you're constantly trying to be a positive or put positive energy out there. I felt like it was only right to have you here on this show, man.
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it.
For sure, man. And I think that just to see how excited your mom was to hear that you would be coming on the show.
Good, thank God.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Neva at VW Liquors is Angelo's mom. She's a beautiful woman. But the one cool thing that also I wanted to talk to you about too, Angelo, is the fact that I have certain goals that I have for this show, man. Like, I want to blow this show up. I want to have everybody in the Talk That Talk Show hat. I want to have everybody in a shirt. Right. I think Jeffrey laughed at me one time, but I told him, how they say dream big. I was like, yo, what if they named like a street name, Talk That Talk Show way after? And Jeff laughed at me. So I remember that, Jeff. You laughed at me. But, those are some cool, unattainable goals that I have, maybe,
maybe
impossible.
If you make Jeff the mayor,
okay.
we can get that done.
Yeah, right. Let's see if we can get.
We should do for years.
Big facts. But I mean, I know that's one of my goals is, to try and build this podcast or whatever. But, what are some of your goals, or what are some things that Angelo Crognale really wants out of life, man?
What do I want out of life? You got some hard questions, bro.
Hey, when you come on the show. Oh, man.
Ain't no fluff pieces over here.
Yeah, man.
What do I want out of life? I want what everyone wants out of life. I want to be happy. I want to see the people around me succeed, my friends and family succeed. I want my country to succeed. I want us all to get along. That's why I'm so happy to see you doing, shit like this. It's great. I'm thrilled anytime I see anyone I grew up with that I'm close with, do something good to better themselves.
Yeah, man.
It's extremely important.
And I was talking to my boy Lou today. Shout out to Lou Guerra. Came to my house and picked up a couple of his Talk That Talk Show shirts. But he talked about, and he was somebody that managed me at Playworks, and he became one of my really good friends even before he started being my manager. We worked together and shit. We were just really cool. And one of the things that he said to me was that he thought that with the whole pandemic happening and me getting let go from my job, it was probably the best thing that could have happened to me. And now I'm really starting to believe that because here I have a couple interview opportunities lined up in some different positions. I've been able to build this podcast and really grow this following, and these are all things that I might not have had the time to do before, and now I'm investing that time into myself. So I really feel like in anything in life, like you said, it is what you make of it, right? So it's like you can take these positive things.
Use your time for good.
Yeah, man.
All this time, everyone's sitting at home. Do something productive. Do something positive.
Oh yeah, man.
Read. Jesus, read.
Definitely. And it's crazy because some of the positions that I've been applying for have been social media based positions or whatever, and I think it's pretty funny because when we talked earlier, you said that you're not really social media savvy. So can you talk about why exactly you're a little bit reluctant to jump into that social media wave? Or?
Yeah, I see some value in it. I get it. When you go to a concert and you want to let everybody know that you're there. That's great.
Yeah, I'm in this concert.
I mean, it's really gotten to a point no one really cares that you're at Cordoba getting a burrito. And that's what it's all about. And who needs this shit clogging up their phone? I got enough junk clogging up my brain as it is. I don't need other people's junk clogging up my brain.
Yes. That's good though, man. I mean,
people are too focused on it nowadays. Put down your phone, put down the social media, and be coherent of your surroundings. Be in the moment.
Yeah.
Talk to people.
I think that you're
maybe
very
if we did
right.
a little more talking and a little less on our phones, not interacting with people, maybe we would be able to get along a little better because people don't know how to interact with each other anymore without fighting.
No, you're right.
So maybe it's because of technology. We forgot how to discuss shit and sit down and talk to one another and come to an agreement and have two opposing views or minds or a bunch of them come together, and produce really good things, and that's what the goal should be.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right because, I think one of the things that we took in college was interpersonal communication. And that's literally face-to-face communication and being efficient with that, right? But it's now we're in the age where social media kind of gives us that crutch to where you don't have to do that, right? But, like you said, that kind of digresses us as a generation because now we're stuck trying to, decide what we want people to portray us as or whether we want to be ourselves, man. Because I feel like what people portray themselves on social media can be completely different from the life that they're living right now.
Can be.
Yeah.
No, there's actual, I didn't even know this. I actually just found this out the other day. That, they have apps on the phone where you can literally, change the picture that they post on social media.
Really?
Yeah, you can make your teeth whiter and make your ass bigger. And
yeah.
I didn't know that you could do all that from the phone. I thought that's all complicated computer stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't
But
know
it's
you
so-
could do it right on your phone. It's crazy. So none of it's real.
And right from our phone, my boy Ishabod Crane said, "You are spitting fire right now." So I think you're blowing up the internet here. Shout out to Think 2 Brit. Shout out to your mom who's watching it. Shout out to Dami Lee, Becker, T-Lie, Kevin Patrick, my boy, my Uncle Mickey, Derek Thomason, Kevin Rosa, Manny Santiago on our Facebook live stream, Bella Backwoods on IG, Josh, Hannah, Nike All-Star, Blessed.
He's killing it right now.
No, man, they're all here to see you, brother.
Yeah.
So, I'm really, like I said, I'm so humbled by the amount of support that we get on this show.
That's excellent.
It means the world to me, Angelo, and to be able to come here and to have you, where we're able to share this time together, and let people know, who we are, what we're about. Shout out to Lori Boyle. Who is this? Yeah, Loria Boyle. Go Angelo. Shout out to cousin Lori. She's tuned in. So it's like, you're here, man, and everybody's here tuned into this show, but it's the fact of living in the moment, like you say. Absolutely. Man. It's like I appreciate that. Each time someone comments in, or each time someone joins up, that joy never leaves me, man. And like you said, if you're not in your phone, you can actually appreciate that, dog.
Yeah,
so,
and appreciate everybody else, and appreciate people.
Yeah, man. I mean, half the reason why I have these shirts is so that I can have people have a reason to rock this, man, and have a reason to feel good about the Talk That Talk show. So, I just want to thank you so much for just coming on here and sharing that space with me, dog.
Keep doing it. Keep asking real questions.
Yeah.
With real people. That's what it's all about.
And that's all that I'm going to have here on the show is I'm going to have real people. And you're one of the realest people I know because, you're not afraid to show people who you are, man. Angelo Crognale is who he is and I'm who I am. And we're not afraid to be ourselves. I mean, we had Theo on here last episode. And, if anybody that can, get something out of this, I think, my main message that I wanted, can you bring another one for Angelo too? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, the main message that I really wanted for everybody to get out there too is like, you wouldn't have even been able to know that me and Angelo don't share the same political views, He's a Trump supporter, I'm a Democrat, the crazy thing is that like, we don't share the same views, but here we can sit at the same table and have a discussion. Our whole lives. And I feel like
problems. That's why people are husband and wives are breaking up. Like all this crazy stuff is going on, because they don't have the same political views. Like obviously, if you've known someone like that for so long, they're not a bad person inside.
Oh yeah.
So if they want someone else to be president, you're really going to sever ties with that person and not talk to them no more. Because they don't believe exactly the same things that you believe. Isn't that what America's all about?
The freedom of the pursuit of happiness and freedom of speech, man. And I think that the crazy thing is that like
talk to each other.
Yeah, and you have people that when they don't share the same views, and you block them, or they're getting on Facebook and trying to down people.
Usually, if people are too afraid to sit down and present their beliefs, it's because they really don't hold water. Just FYI. Damn,
man, you were spitting some. Ishabod Crane is right. This man is talking some facts. But before we get off the air, Angelo, you kind of got started here.
Oh, my God, I didn't know I was supposed to wait.
It's all right.
I have my pinky out.
But since we've been able to do this show, Angelo, one of the things that we're doing is each week we do a beer review, and shout out to VW Liquors, which is right by our house. They're actually one of our sponsors, and they hook us up with some nice beer each week and allow us to try a beer and review it, so that everybody, man, so everybody can get out there and enjoy it.
Air conditioning and refrigeration company is really good too.
Real. Let me guess. Is it Air We Are? Is it Air We Are?
How do you know that?
Oh man. See, you have issues. Who agrees? He said we can agree to disagree, but just be respectful to each other. See,
that's what it's all about.
Shout out to you, Ishabod Crane. He's got a birthday coming up.
You want to sit down and debate topics and all that stuff, that's great. Just stop the hate.
Yes.
Stop hating each other.
And to that, we're going to try out this beer. It's called Rat Toro. It has Simcoe, Idaho 7. It's an IPA with Syro hops, 6.5% alcohol. So for those people out there that are looking for a little bang for your buck, this is a beer that's gonna knock you on your ass a little bit, all
Bolero
right?
Snort Brewery.
Bolero Snort Brew. Yo,
I
this.
don't do that no more, bro. I gave that up.
Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Embarrassed.
To you, brother. To you, man. Cheers up, guys. Cheers up.
Ah, Bolero Snort.
I'm really big on beer.
Rapturo.
So Angelo's not really a big
Yeah, I'm a
beer
whiskey
guy.
guy.
He's a whiskey guy. I mean, he has Jack Daniels
Real
tatted
name,
on him.
Jack Daniels.
But, you know, this is actually a good beer, though, man. You know, I will give it
No,
my
it's good.
stamp of
It's
approval. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit harder than some of your other ones. Yeah, my Uncle Mickey said to mix 2 beers. I don't know what his thing is about mixing beers, but this guy, he'll mix like Colt 45 and Mickey's, or he'll put like
I never heard
Blue
of that.
Moon and Miller together. I'm like, I don't know, Uncle Mickey. I might have to try it one time, but not today. We're going to rock with this one, man. But thank you so much for coming here on the show, Angelo. Well, thank you so much, man. It was really great to have you here. Next week, guys, we are going to do a t-shirt raffle. We're not going to be doing the t-shirt raffle this week, but we will be raffling off a shirt next week, so please tune in. All right? I want to thank everybody. If you have a beer out there, if you have something, please put it up for my boy Angelo Crognale. He came up on this show and absolutely spit facts, man. So for everybody out there that tuned in, whether you're in Austria, whether you're in New Jersey, dude, we got a big following in Austria, man. It's crazy, right? Like, they've accounted for almost 800 to 900 downloads from us. That's
awesome.
Dude, man, I don't know who in Austria. If you are in Austria, I know you're tuning in. Find me out. _Talk That Talk Show on IG. Talk That Talk SH1 on Twitter. Hit me up. Say you want a t-shirt. I'm going to send one out to you guys, man. And for everybody else out there, if you want a t-shirt, if you want a hat, you know where to find me. You know how to reach out to me. We're going to get that merchandise out to you. But before we close out, too, we got to give a big special shout-out to our sponsors. VW Liquors, located in Wick Plaza, Edison, New Jersey. Ready for this one? Let's go, Mets! Let's go, Mets! You ain't going to do... Oh, come
I
on!
like baseball, period.
Oh, my goodness. That's like a stake in the heart, man. How you don't like baseball? Opening day, man. Come on, man. Oh.
I'd rather jog on broken glass.
Oh, man. And then we got to give a shout out to Executive Bar and Restaurant located in Carteret, New Jersey. Shout out to my boy 91s.com. Cody Brown, he's got the best acid wash apparel in the game. And then also we got Ink Parlor, my boy Timmy Hugel. He's got these fresh shirts. He's giving me some great deals. Hook me up. And he'll hook you up too if you're looking to build your brand. So shout out to him at Ink Parlor. This was a great episode, man. I couldn't have had any other way to have anyone
Remember what
else.
I said, stay off your phones, love one another, appreciate one another, stop getting so angry and hateful, and go to church.
Yes,
Talk that
yes.
talk.
Talk that
Talk that
talk,
talk.
man. And to that, I think that's a perfect way to cheers up, man. One more time, thank you so much for coming on this show,
Thanks for having
Angelo.
me, bro.
My name is Barry
proud of you.
Holmes. This is the Talk That Talk show. I got my friends like Angelo that are proud of me. We might not always see the same eye on things, but listen to the person next to
Next time I
you.
come on, we'll debate that.
Oh man, we might have to have our political debate. Maybe I'll bring the politician on too, so you can try and talk to him too, man.
Who's that?
We had Sam Joshi on the show,
Oh,
and
wow.
he's actually an Edison congressman.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We're no chopped liver, Angelo. We got some good. You're in good company,
Doing big
man.
things, bro. Doing big
Yeah,
things.
man. So to that, guys, cheers up. Talk That Talk show is here every Friday, 8:30. You name it, we are here. My boy Theo said no chaser because last time I chased my Johnny Walker Blue with some beer. So
Come on,
I know.
Where's the blue at now?
Oh,
you got the heavy hitters. You get the snort stuff.
No, the snort stuff's not bad. The Bolero snort beer is
I
not
don't get Johnny
bad.
Walker Blue. I get the snort beer.
Hey, we'll get some Johnny Walker for
No,
you
I'm kidding,
soon,
I'm kidding.
man. But yo, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This is the Talk That Talk show.
Talk that talk.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you to everybody that was tuning in on our Instagram live stream, our Facebook live stream. Means the world to me, yo. I'm gonna keep pumping out, these content. I'm gonna keep working hard. You just keep tuning in and be patient with me, all right? This is the Talk That Talk show every Friday, 8:30. Be there or be square. I'll see y'all next week.